The following presentation is rated R for real. Real insight, real enlightenment, real talk, big people argument. In other words, adult content. Viewers' discretion is advised. Taking the time to say much gratitude to, much thank you. Thank you. I'm saying from gratitude. Found out something about that terminology the other day. I'll tell you about this English language, you see, man. This cursed language. You have to be so mindful of what you say because you may end up cursing yourself and others. Boy. Anyway, so take the time out to acknowledge, baby girl. Your support is always a divine favor for me. It's a gift. It's a divine gift. All right. And you say you want the cup, you want the mug, you forgot to take what is in the mug too, some ginger tea and clove. You want that? Yeah, because as you see, I'm cloaked up. I'm warding off what appears to be some type of virus. So I have to cloak up today. All right, so I'm going to be quick and fast about it. Straight into the lesson this day. And this lesson this day is going to be on what the L in relationship stands for. And if you've missed the previous sessions, the R in relationship stands for respect. But listen, before you can give respect to the one you're with, you first have to be able to respect yourself. Excuse me. I'll be doing a lesson soon on how to have a relationship with yourself and how to respect yourself. The E in relationship now is encouragement. Again, you have to first encourage yourself before you can encourage someone else. Because there's no way you'll be able to have doubt in your heart and be able to encourage others. Because truth be told, if you even try to do that, your encouragement in no way would be sincere. You'll just be saying something, right? So this day's lesson is going to be on what these brothers are talking about. Chris Brown, Lil Wayne. These girls, they loyal. Yeah. I guess you figured it out by now. You're smart. I guess you figured it out by now. But listen, before I get into the session, it's a joy having you here. Welcome, Annalise. Still waiting to see a few more regular persons, but I got to go into the session because I got to be quick in and out about it this day. All right. So the third letter in the word relationship is L. Now, the third letter is also the third principle of relationship. So for those who are not here for R and E, every letter in the word relationship is significant because it highlights the principles of relationship. Again, R is respect, E is encouragement, L is that of loyalty. Now, many persons deem and that they're loyal in their relationship. They profess and they claim and they deem and they swear. They'll go as far as swear that they are loyal to their partner, right? Now get this straight. Arrangement ain't loyalty. Many persons mistake their arranged relationship for loyalty. It ain't the same thing. If you have an arrangement, you ain't really in a relationship. You have an agreement. That's what you have. That's the sad reality. But in this episode of Relationship Wednesday, I will be making known what loyalty really is. All right, let me shift this around a little bit. Yeah, that's straight now. All right, do better. So you ain't see my mic, but it doesn't matter. All right, so why is loyalty key? Going to be focusing on that as well. And how to have a lasting relationship based on loyalty. All that is going to be a part of this presentation. As well as I will be showing you how to make small daily choices that will help to enhance your relationship based on loyalty. Also going to display the difference between loyalty and disloyalty. Because listen, some habits that we have that we think is no big deal, many a time it is disloyalty to our team. And when I say to our team, I'm talking about the one you're with. So you and your spouse is a team. It's like a tag team, wrestling tag team. That's how you and your spouse ought to be. So when you're going through the hardship, your partner is on the outside saying, yo, tag me. Let me take some of the pressure off you. That's how your relationship ought to be. All right? Now, I'm going to get straight into it. Loyalty is one of those things that we think we have until it is tested. It is so easy for us to so loosely say, yeah, we are loyal. But it's easier for us to lose focus on being loyal. Now let me touch the brothers. Let me deal with the man and man. Many of us will profess outrightly that we are loyal to the woman we are with. Based on the fact that, listen, she's the only one we're sexual with. We preserve ourselves just for her in that regard. But when it comes around to World Cup, NBA, basketball season, NFL season, baseball season, any major sport event, our loyalty tends to shift and give the focus to these events, World Cup, basketball, who into cricket. Now, I'm all about balance. So I'm going to touch the man them, highlight the man them, show up the man them, show up my brother them. So I have to balance the scale and talk about the sisters, especially the church sisters, wherein outrightly they'll profess to be faithful. I'm faithful to my husband. But listen, when it comes to church, husband take back bench. It's everything about church, crusade, prayer meetings. And for the sisters who are not into church, it may be something else. It may be hanging out with the girls. It may be your favorite sitcom. It may be your favorite series. And husband get put one side. But we profess to be loyal. Regardless of the fact that the aim to create stability is good, based on the fact that work might take precedent at times, and this goes both for the brothers and the sisters who may neglect our spouse out of trying to ensure that the moolah make, there's financial stability. As a result of that, we put the job before our spouse at times. We put the work before our spouse because we need to get this done so we can create stability for us and the family. Failing to realize at times we neglect giving our spouse what they need, and that's loyalty. Time management is critical when it comes to having a meaning and lasting relationship. Balance is important. It's very important. Failure to establish balance, because balance is a form of maintaining. And everything in life we have to maintain. If we don't maintain it, we're going to lose it. So that's where the balance comes in. Loyalty is more than choosing to be sexual with only one person. It is about choosing them when other things complete for time, as well as with attention. This is critical. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying now, wifey. Yeah, eyes them look watery. I'm seeing it now. But seriously, on another note, outside of me, I ain't the topic here. All right? Before I move on, please listen and tap. Now listen and stop. I know what I'm saying may be enlightening, but we need the algorithm for push what I'm doing so more persons can receive the enlightenment that I'm sharing. All right? Now, as simple as it may seem, loyalty gets tested like this. Simple like this. All right? Say you have a plate of fruits. I stay far from the junk food. So let me use fruits. You have a plate of fruits. You and your partner, your significant other is eating from that plate. And the last fruit left, say it's a slice of papaya or whatever. The last slice left. Look at how your loyalty is tested now. You giving that last slice of fruit to your significant other, or you just chuck it down your throat. Your loyalty has just been tested in that way. Person might say, that's a simple thing. Come on. So if you want it, who says your partner don't want it too? The best thing then to do is share it. Take a bite, give your partner a piece. But you taking the last piece for yourself is selfishness. And right there, that's a simple test of loyalty. Another term for loyalty is devotion. How devoted are you to the one you're with? Now here's the core truth. The L in relationship is loyalty, because loyalty is the glue that holds a loving, lasting relationship together. You heard what I said? Loyalty is the glue that holds a loving and lasting relationship together. Let me paint a picture for you as what loyalty looks like. It is one, faithfulness. Yes, sexual exclusion matters when you just saving yourself for that particular person that you're with. But it also means in no way planting seeds outside your union that grows into dishonesty. And that seed not necessarily mean an outside child. It can mean anything that you're giving your energy to. Anything. Because once you plant a seed and you keep nurturing the seed, as in you're watering it, you keep on maintaining it, it is going to sprout, going to grow root, it's going to shoot. So if are the sister you entertain on the job, or the brethren, the male, the co-worker you're entertaining on the job, that after a while is going to shoot, going to spring root and shoot, and end up in something that you never even planned for. So by ensuring to keep your distance, you are displaying loyalty to the one you're with. Stability is a next way to determine loyalty. Now, there's no way you can be loyal one day and then off the next day. Loyalty is steady. Loyalty is ongoing. It's not a one-time thing. And many persons are of the perception that, yeah, I'm loyal to my partner. It's not a one-time thing. Are you loyal to your partner every day, or just when it suits you? Another way to identify loyalty is through protection. Protecting your relationship from unnecessary outside threats, just like what I stated earlier. People, habits, or even busyness. Busyness can get the better of us so easy. You take the job home because you never get a chance to finish what you were doing on the job. And you take it home. While your partner wants your undivided attention, but what? You carry home the job, so you're working on the job while you're off the job and neglecting the one you're with. That right there is a red flag. That's disloyalty. And it's so easy for us to fall victim to that because you're thinking about creating stability for you, your spouse, and the family. Balance is important. The wife no ramp to remind me of that. Balance is important. So we remind each other. Because it's easy to forget. The reality, it is easy to forget. The next thing that reinforces loyalty is your presence. When your spouse needs you, you're there. Even without they saying a word. You offer your assistance without they even asking for it because you see that it's needed. And the only way for you to be able to do that is because you're loyal. You're devoted. You're devoted to them. You're devoted to the relationship. So you will see what is needed before they even ask. It is giving them your attention. It's another way to reinforce loyalty, giving your spouse attention. And attention no means, yeah man, may I listen to you? May I listen to you now? But you're on your device, right? That right there ain't attention. Another thing that reinforces loyalty is the first principle of relationship, and that is respect. Talking about your partner in ways that honors them, whether they are in your presence or out of your presence. Respect is regarding their decisions, their flaws, if you want to put it that way, things that maybe trigger them. Respect the fact that them not like hear that. Respect the fact that them not like see that. Yeah. That is another aspect of reinforced loyalty. Remember, loyalty is love made visible. It is an action. And with everything that reinforces a relationship, it's actionable. It's something that you got to do. Persons believe that them put a ring on it and that's it. It's over. All is well. We have no problems. No, it has just begun. When you've made a serious commitment to be with someone for the rest of your life, it just starts. Because daily, you have to work on the things to ensure that it lasts forever. That is respect, encouragement, loyalty. 3 of the principles of relationship. The next one will be A, relay. And that's where I will stop, because once you're able to run the relay, the rest of the principles will not necessarily fall in place because they still need work. But those are saved for the workshop. Excuse me. All right. I think I'm just going to present a song right here so I can wet my palate and just take a breather for a moment. Yeah, a long time I hear something from Bridget Mikey General. Mikey General, come cross. Come cross, Mikey. It's such a rarity, you can't even get it from your family. So true. Mikey couldn't have said it better. The General couldn't have said it better. I salute the General. Loyalty is a rarity. Not even can get it from your family. So true. Very few persons are loyal. And the sad reality, sometimes we don't have even display loyalty to ourselves because it's devotion to ourselves. Respecting ourselves. Valuing our time. Sometimes you're up on the phone long hours with somebody where in no ways adding value to you. Because if they ain't adding value to your purpose, then they ain't adding value to you. If they're not helping enhance your life, then they're wasting your time. And if they're wasting your time, they're wasting your energy. We have to be mindful of these things. But let me ask you this. If your spouse could hear how you talk about them outside of their presence, would they feel honored or embarrassed? When you're stressed, do you turn to your partner first or someone else? Your quote-unquote best friend. I've said this to persons over and over again, in and out of counseling. There's no way you can have a lasting relationship and profess to have a best friend. Let me tell you this straight. If you have a best friend before you get into a committed relationship, that best friend becomes a good friend or a dear friend. Because the one you are now committed to ought to be your best friend. They ought to be the person, your go-to person. That you go to with anything. Your shameful past. Somebody hit upon you upon the road. Somebody upon the job flirt with you. Yeah, they ought to be the person you go to and talk about this. You're getting what I'm saying? So your spouse ought to be your best friend. Other than that, if you have a best friend outside of your spouse, that's a form of disloyalty. Because what you are sharing with that best friend, you're depriving your spouse of. Yes, you can have acquaintances, you can have friends. But in no way you're going to share your heartfelt secret with them. That's supposed to be with the one you're with. It is pretty much sharing it with yourself. That's the kind of relationship you ought to have. Now, answer me this. When was the last time you made your partner feel as though they are the only one in this world? When was the last time? Give you some time to think about it. When was the last time you made the one you're with felt as though they are the only one in this world? I'll share this with you quickly. There was a couple. The wife said in counseling that the husband don't make you feel like she is his number one. And the husband quickly disagreed. That, no, how can you say that? Excuse me. Of course you're my number one. But then she made known, there's no way I can be your number one, because when your mother calls, you spend hours with your mother on the phone. Even if I'm trying to get your attention, your mother is the focus of it. Your mother is the focus at that time. Your mother is the center of attention that time. When your friends invite you out, you rarely ever say no. But when I ask something of you, and if you're tired, sometimes you're not even tired, you're just watching TV. You don't make the extra effort. You don't make an effort. So how can then, in all fairness, this man profess that his wife is number one? Infidelity is normally deemed to be that when someone has sex outside of their committed union. But failure to be loyal, failing to be loyal, is also an act of infidelity. Really? All right, a little more light up in here. Now, infidelity, another term for infidelity is disloyalty. So, right there, it is outside of the act of having sex outside of your union. It's more than that. Disloyalty is also infidelity. But get this straight. Once the husband realized that such acts that he was doing was displaying disloyalty to his wife, and he started to make the shift, their relationship grew from strength to strength. They were more supportive of each other, and they were having a more healthier and loving relationship. Another thing that happens that display disloyalty to your spouse is sometimes the children becomes the priority. There's no balance. Your spouse gets neglected because of the children. It's almost like a situation with a job. Balance is important. Now, don't get me wrong at all, you know. Loyalty in no way means that you are to be like a conjoined twin with your spouse at the hips. I ain't saying that. Because you both need your space. You both need to have your own hobbies, your own interests. You both need to have that. But spending time together is significant. Loyalty means even when you are apart, you still have your partner in your thoughts. So, at no time you give room for flirting. Because your partner always, you're always on my mind. Yeah, that thing there, you're always on my mind. Yeah. So, that is in no way being controlling, or what do I call it now, that term, obsess. That's not obsession. That's devotion. That's loyalty. That even when you are apart from the one you're with, they're still in your thoughts. They're still in your heart because they're in your thoughts. Here are ways to practice loyalty daily. 1. Affection and appreciation. And that can simply be done by words of affection. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that. You're a gift. Do you know how much of a gift you are? Simple terms like that will help to enhance your loyalty, your devotion. Taking time to watch a movie together, having a meal together. I mean, sometimes it is challenging to do that, to maintain it. And that's why I said maintenance is key. So it is the responsibility of both partners to maintain the REL, the respect, the encouragement, the loyalty in the relationship. So if one person extend the baton, you know that one person have to ensure that it drops right in the hand. But you have to reach for it. So it is never one-sided. To having an effective and lasting relationship is in no way one-sided. It takes both partners. Now you can do this on weekly basis, but we say on every strong. Ensure to have time to yourself. A date night, movie moment. Put away the phone, put away all distraction. You call that the blocked out, the intimate moment, the hour time. Ensure to do that at least once every strong. And then monthly, you check in. You have that interaction where, outings. So you make the month pass and you not have that intimate interaction there. It's like you're checking in. Is everything good? Are you happy are you happy in this relationship? Do we need to improve on some stuff? Have that little talk there every now and again. at least even every month end. And ensure to always ask yourself before you make a decision, ask your partner, or if your partner not around and you're not able to reach them, ask, will this affect or benefit our relationship? Think of loyalty like money where you deposit in your bank account. Every loyal act of trust is a deposit. Every disloyal act is a withdrawal. So the more disloyal things you do, is the more you're withdrawing loyalty out of your relationship. And what happens when you withdraw everything out of your account? You no longer have an account. So it means you're no longer going to have a relationship. It's going to be a case when the woman is fed up, that's all it is. When she's fed up, it is over and out. R. Kelly said it. When a woman's fed up, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Not a nil. So let me bring it home now. Let me bring this home. Let me bring it home. The L in relationship is loyalty. It is more than being sexually exclusive with your partner. It is about being open with your spouse about your feelings, your needs, and struggles instead of hiding them. It is being honest with your spouse. It is allowing your partner to feel safe with you, knowing you'll tell the truth. It is also staying present even when things are hard. Financial stress, health issues. You stick with it. You stick with it no matter what. Defending your spouse and your relationship against outside threats, that being persons who want to try to get your interest. It could be family is a big thing. Family interference. Protect your spouse from that outside influence, outside interference. You have a problem with your spouse, talk to your spouse about it. If you're going to go outside and talk to someone about it, ensure it's someone that the both of you can trust, and you invite the person in your safe space and the two want to talk about it, and the person be the mediator. Another thing to reinforce loyalty in your relationship is making effort to nurture your sexual and emotional intimacy. Not neglect it. No, me too tired. I can't show you some affection. Me too tired. Can't have sex. Me too tired. Or me not have the time for that. No. The neglecting of your sexual and emotional aspect of your relationship is important. But you see, when the RE is starting to fail in the relationship, the respect and encouragement, then the loyalty take over issue. Do I tell you this? To maintain the principles of relationship, to have an effective relationship, it starts in order. RELATIONSHIP. It goes that way. But when the relationship starts to fail, it starts fail from the backside up. From the P up to the R. You're going to get into it today. Another thing to reinforce your loyalty in a relationship is striving to meet each other's need with love over obligation. Making decisions with your partner is critical. checking in daily, sending a quick text, a quick call, just checking in to see how you're doing. Persons will say, man and man will say, oh, me not do that, you're sprung. I check in on the woman so often. Some women may think that that's a form of insecurity. That this man does a check up on me, every minute him call, him just a check up on me. No, that's a form of loyalty. Want to ensure you're okay. Also, speaking respectfully to your partner, this is a key aspect of loyalty. Speaking respectfully to your partner, even when you're angry, even when you have a disagreement. You're not going to use certain terminology that you would never use when you're having your intimate moment. You're not going to call them names. You're not going to use certain utterances. You're not going to use certain expressive terms. Because you're loyal to the one you're with. Turning to each other first when something good happens or something challenging happens to you. As I said, your spouse ought to be your best friend. As you all know, I tend to balance the scale. So if I pinpoint how to reinforce the loyalty in your relationship, I painted a picture. I ain't no Michelangelo, but I hope that picture that I painted of what loyalty looks like or what loyalty ought to be was a decent enough picture for you to comprehend. Now I'm going to flip over the canvas and paint a picture of what this loyalty looks like. 1, making jokes at your spouse in front of them or in the presence of others. Oh, your woman move more time like she have no sense. And you're going to come in agreement with that. Yeah, John or Chona, sometimes she move like she have no sense. Or you know, so your husband, your man move away, you know. How you deal with him? Yeah, true. Sometimes him really get under my skin. Like, really? Defend your spouse. What you mean that my partner move away? No, I mean, I have no problem with it. No, I'm good. We're good. We're good. Or when you're not good, you're good. And then you come and you talk to your partner about it. But you know that it is obvious that to the point where persons are saying, you do this and you do that and you do that. We need to work on it together. Not you need to work on it, but we need to work on it together. Another way this honesty is displayed is in this way. Sharing private information about your partner with others. Secrets that they confided in you. They gave you their secret. They told you their secret. They poured their heart out. And what? You may have a disagreement with them and you go out and you spread that. That right there is disloyalty. Yes, here's you have a detention. Forget you're late for the session. Anyway, another thing that shows disloyalty is comparing your spouse with someone else. Why you can't do this like your sister? Why you know like that? Why you can't be Why you can't do like your brother? Comparing your spouse. Prioritizing everyone else first or other things before your spouse, your friends, your work, extended family, your hobbies. That is disloyalty. Entertaining harmless flirting interactions, texting, DMs. You see, these things can seem so petty that there's no big deal. I mean, I just texting a friend, you know, yeah. But listen, it is a big deal. Because the time that you ought to be given to your spouse, you're on the phone, sending messages, voice note, texting, whatever you're doing. Someone else. So you're robbing your spouse of intimate moments. That's disloyalty. It is easy for us, for things like that to slip through the cracks. Because your intention, you're interacting with this person, your intention is in no way sexual or anything, no advancement. And you could be talking about things of commonality, something that you and the person have an interest in that your partner don't really have too much interest in. But what? Instead of allowing your partner to evolve to that point where they have interest in what you have interest in, you are depriving them of that by spending more time with that person. Failure to stand up for your spouse, as I stated earlier, is another disloyal act. Keeping secrets from your spouse, having an extra bank account, my bank account, your bank account, them kind of stuff. You get a bonus and you keep it to yourself. Oh, yo, wife, you don't need to know this now. Husband, I need to know this. I need to treat myself. A long time I treat myself. That's disloyalty. Speaking, and this is something that I've seen happen. Speaking badly about your spouse to the children or family members. Those things happen so easily. And the perception is it's no big deal. I'm just disgruntled and I'm making known that you do that and them do that and them do that. Present the fault to your spouse, not to someone outside of the house. And the major disloyalty is cheating sexually or emotionally. That's the key. That's the big red flag. That's major. Now, love may spark fire, but loyalty keeps it burning. Loyalty keeps the fire of love burning. And from now until the next Relationship Wednesday, I challenge you to do the following. Find one area where you have been given your best to something or someone else. Identify if you've been given what your partner should be getting to someone else or something else. Your time. Are you robbing your partner of the time they ought to be getting? Then you're going to work on that by ensuring you are giving time that you would have allotted to someone else or something else to your partner. Balance, you have to balance the thing. We're going to balance the thing, all right? And then start showing up for your partner in ways that you normally would fail to. And it don't necessarily need to be no big thing. It may be that you've been failing to eat together, have interactions together. You see the time you would have taken for do this? Scrolling on whatever platform you're scrolling on. Devote that time to your partner. Devote that time to and see how your relationship amplifies, how it gets better. If you want a relationship that lasts, ensure to practice loyalty. Be it just at the dinner table, even in your disagreements, practice loyalty, display respect. Give your spouse what you would want. Even in your argument, deal with them how you don't want to be dealt with. And the practicing of loyalty has to be daily. Now, I have two checklists here. The loyalty checklist and the disloyalty checklist. Oh, that's one blank. All right. The loyalty checklist and the disloyalty checklist. If you want help to identify areas that you may be disloyal in and you're not sure, I'll send you them. I'll send you them. These would normally be displayed or be given in the workshops. They will be distributed in the workshops. But listen, you need them, I will get them to you. All right? So, thank you for taking the time to be here. If this episode hits home, you need to make known some of the things that you heard in this session to your partner. I mean, you'll send them if you want an extra copy of the checklist, both checklists, I'll send them so you can send them to your spouse as well. So until next time, stay loyal and practice doing that daily. Because the only way you're going to be able to stay loyal is by practicing loyalty. All right? So that is it for this day's session on Relationship Wednesday. Any question before I move in? Yes, here's putting your hobbies before your spouse definitely is disloyalty, the thing of a balance. So if it's a case where tell me what would be your hobby. Tell me what would be your hobby. Because if the one you're with actually got involved with you after you were DJing, this is not something you took up after you got involved with a person, they know that this is a part of your MO. DJing is a part of your MO. So if you used to DJ, and especially if you're just a DJ for the sake of hobby, as you said, and this ain't the job where you do it every grand rising. This is not what you're doing. It's not like you're going on the radio station, you're a DJ radio station and you play. Every day, I try 3 times as strong. All right, you try 3 times as strong. All right, how much time out of the strong, what you call weak, you spend with the one you're with is a thing. So if you're a DJ, three times out of the strong, then the remaining time ought to be with your spouse. That's balance. That will be balance right there. But if it's every day, and when you come in, you don't have the time for your spouse, then you dishonor your spouse. That's disloyalty. I wonder if you get me. Tell me if that makes sense to you. Tell me if that's clear to you. It's all about balance. It's all about... What you do? Reading my mind, woman? You're reading my mind? It's all about balance. Indeed. It's all about balance. Hence, you're talking about relationship. The action of relating. All right? As I said, maintaining it is critical enough. Sometimes we lose. All right, I can relate. All right? I can relate. I used to DJ. I mean, I still do occasionally, but I'm more doing this more than anything else. So what I tend to do, I invite my Empress wife to be a part of my world. So every now and again when we hear our voice, every now and again, she will come and select 2 songs, don't know see her face, she just play and I talk. So that is still spending time together. We're making something that I would do, something my hobby, an intimate moment. And if she wants something, fine, we'll do that. So it is the balance that is important. So no, don't deprive yourself of your hobby, but ensure that your partner is also acknowledged within the time you're doing what you're doing. So you may make a few selections for your partner, load them up on the radio, whatever you're doing, but you include them in what you're doing. Not everyone lucky like... Listen, bro, a work. It takes work. You hear me I talk now? If you ever know the rocky patches and the whole heap of pothole that we drop down in sometime and I have to get up back and it's work. We had to work and we're still working on it. Is what the wife and I have perfect? No, but we're working towards perfection. And we acknowledge the mistakes. We acknowledge when, the vehicle go down now and pothole, boom. or when I catch the baton in time for run the relay, or pass the baton late. So we communicate. Communication is one of the key aspects in having a lasting relationship. That is critical. Very, very critical. So, no, I'm in no way saying give up your hobbies. But if your hobbies, anything that you put before your spouse, because remember the two become one, you know. Anything you put before your spouse, you put in before yourself. And in essence, what you don't want for yourself, you know, if you do it to someone else, then would say that. So what you don't want for yourself, now do it to your spouse. Would you want your spouse to always be doing just what she's doing or what he's doing and leave you out? No. Would that feel good? No. That is total disregard. But as I said, it is practice. And your partner, at times, make you know when you're asleep. Because sometimes you slip and you don't realize it. So before you slide, your partner needs to step in and say, listen. You start do that thing there again. Like, oh, Fred. Because it's in your MO, it not going to come out just like that. It ain't going to go like a snap of the finger. So that's why relationships are critical. And communications are critical when it comes to relationship. Talk about it. Hey, I talk to you over and over again. I can't bother to talk to you no more about that. Maybe the person really needs some help. Really. It is easy when both parties has open-minded to change and communication. Yeah. But it takes work. It takes work. That's all I can say. It takes work. And sometimes the thing is, you know, in reality, sometimes we get involved with people we're not supposed to even get involved with. So it makes the relationship even harder to deal with. Why it seems like my wife leave the key? Why if you left the key? Oh goodness, let me play this song because it seems like the wife left the key and locked herself out. It's all good.
I wanna hear reggae on my radio.
Alright, so you see now, that is what loyalty is. Because I could have say, yo, why if you have to go wait till I finish the live, you know, because she knows somebody up on her live, and why she leave the key? She have to walk with the key. She know better than that. Eh? And then rough her up when she done. You know better than that. Why you leave the key for? Anyway, see somebody up on the live. No. Pause and go tend to the wife. Because her action was in no way intentional. Alright, true, here's what I was telling, here's true too. I said this brother and sister team, you see man? They no run for tag team, you know. They no run for tag team. Listen, I ain't going past the 15 minutes, you know. She, what? What him say a while ago? What he's just saying? She wasn't loyal to the key. No, she don't need to be loyal to the key. She will be loyal to me. Because the key is a thing. She don't need to be loyal to that. She don't need to be loyal to that at all. Anyway, I forgot to show loyalty to my empress, so I ain't gonna get carried away. No way. That's the last one. That's how I exit the block. Jack, the Love Jack is now exiting the block. Thank you all for being here. I'm truly, truly thankful for you being here every time you see me appear. Thank you. And sure to invite someone the next time that you arrive with someone else. Thank you.
Them don't like how this Jack Redeemer step. Them try to be up.
I tell you, wrong fader. Hold up.
At the boss. Spotless.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.